We have read a lot of nonsense and self-serving, Nigeria-serving, sycophantic rants by persons who are deluded with their own sense of the importance or correctness of their own opinions on this matter, the matter of Igboday. For the avoidance of doubt, let us state categorically that the Biafra youth who disrupted the shameless one Nigerian version and adulteration of that Igboday celebration are in fact heroes. Yes, those youth and the Masab members whom they joined are our heroes, along with those who joined them spontaneously in challenging further shaming and mockery of the Igbo and of Biafra. On that occasion, they reminded us of our real responsibilities and restored the sense and sensibilities of our people. Therefore, with as much certainty as we can make it, as we can muster, be it known, all those Igbo and Biafrans who stood up to chant, quote, "We are Biafrans," unquote, in the Michael Okpara venue of the Igboday event in Enugu are the only true representatives of the only true Igbo and true Biafrans. Like Masab members and other pro-Biafran group members who put their lives on the line every single day to make things right for us by getting us out of Nigeria, we not only consider but know you as the real champions of our people, a people whose only hope and desire is Biafra actualization. First, Igboday is to remember the September 29, 1966 wave, one of several waves of genocidal massacre of the Igbo and other Biafrans living in the northern Nigeria, a massacre performed by the Hausa-Fulani, a calculated, deliberate ethnic cleansing exercise done with such relish and savor by these wild animals calling themselves human beings. It is an act that these vandals have never apologized for, but are in fact so proud of, even today, that they threaten spineless Igbo Efulefu into submission with. Anyone who tells you that once observed as such 1 year, we should now forget that history and experience that September 29, 1966 stands for, anyone who tells you that is an Efulefu of the first degree. If such is an Igbo or Biafran, he or she actually should be ostracized, and heavens forbid that such self-ascribe to themselves the rank of quote-unquote leadership in Igboland or Biafraland. They best then go into exile to their favorite place, Abuja in northern Nigeria, or to northern Nigeria for that matter, where they can live as chums with those that kill and rape Igbo and other Biafrans and find joy in such a heinous crime. If one forgets and or desires to forget the Holocaust committed against one and his people, what else is worth remembering? Second, no sane person should be promoting one Nigeria in the first place, but it really takes idiocy for an Igbo or a Biafran to support one Nigeria today. So, can you imagine what sickness he or she is afflicted with who turns Igboday into a promotion of one Nigeria? Well, that was precisely what those so-called Igbo dignitaries were doing at the Michael Okpara Square on September 29, 2008, when Igbo youth, who couldn't take it anymore, rose as one and said no to inanity, no to sycophancy, no to dumbness, and no to stupidity. In fact, that rebellion must have been the result of the late Michael Okpara himself rolling over in his grave on that occasion, as his name, his honor, and his work were being desecrated by the unimaginable act of so-called Igbo leaders promoting one Nigeria and selling one Nigeria to the oppressed Igbo people on Igboday 2008. What an event of shame and an exercise in stupidity. We continue to praise Masab members present there for disrupting this shameful event. We lavish praise on our youth who spontaneously joined Masab members in stopping further folly misbilled as quote Igboday celebration 2008 unquote. These Biafran people's heroes should know that no less than the spirit of Michael Okpara himself was on their side, aiding them to act and do the right thing. They should know that also it is the combined spirits of our murdered brethren that moved them to bring some sense back to those Efulefu whose actions and speeches on this occasion made no sense at all. And we have news for the rest of the Igbo Efulefu, no matter their rank or station. What happened at the Michael Okpara Square in Enugu on September 29, 2008 is a mere child's play compared to what is going to happen next time as the anger of our youth and our people boils over in Nigeria, a pernicious system which is killing them and which the Efulefu insist on still promote. Next time, an entire city will rise up and drive away the rascals. Next time, even the earth on which they stand and the plants and animals will all join hands to chase these fools out of Biafra land. How dare anyone blame or criticize our youths and the Masab members for reacting correctly to a bad and worsening situation which the Igbo so-called leaders are all too willing to ignore and have no qualms about promoting the same situation? Besides the obvious unforgivable sacrilege committed by these quote-unquote celebrants of that Igboday by their promoting the very same remorseless and unrepentant system, Nigeria and its savages, that murdered the Igbo and Biafrans en masse in cold blood. Besides that, who in their right minds could be blind to what Nigeria is doing to our youth today? Consider: public education collapsed, job market collapsed, public health collapsed, trade and economic opportunities collapsed, public welfare collapsed, culture and traditions collapsed, emigration routes of escape collapsed, hope collapsed, future collapsed or non-existent at all. Nigeria is responsible for these quote-unquote gifts to our youth. Why should our youth not react against anyone or anything which continues to promote Nigeria as if Nigeria has been anything but poison to our youth and to us all? All we can say is that the crowd of so-called Igbo and other Biafran dignitaries sitting in the Michael Okpara Square in Enugu gathered for the Igboday event that day, acting like they were under the influence of memory-robbing drugs, were lucky that the irate, incensed, despondent Biafran youth did not get violent and tear them limb from limb. Although we can always take for granted that principled Masab would remain always non-violent. In fact, that is the message of the whole September 29th Igboday affair 2008. And that message is this: our youth have had enough. Our people have had enough of one Nigeria. Our youth have had enough of those defending one Nigeria. From herein on, no one can predict how our youth will react to one Nigeria and how they will react against those promoting one Nigeria, regardless of the station or age of such in Igboland or Biafraland. No one can predict how many and when the masses of Biafrans will explode and join the fray and burn down the whole place in order to get rid of the varmints calling themselves Igbo leaders, characterized by their promotion of one Nigeria. Our youth have spoken, as have our masses. Quote, "We want Biafra, period," unquote. In conclusion, we salute our youth for spontaneously rising in solidarity with Masab members to remind those who find it expedient or who are paid to forget what September 29th really stands for. We salute Masab for always leading our people in this non-violent agenda. We expect our masses to rise up as one body one day and join Masab to surprise and sack the Efulefu standing in our way of actualizing Biafra. On another note, has anyone laid eyes on Uche Namadu, the information director of Masab? and other MASOB members who have allegedly been finally granted bail by Nigerian courts? We have not, nor do we have any more information on the status of the batch of 380 MASOB members and Biafrans from May 30 this year imprisoned by Nigeria, supposedly awaiting trial in Enugu or Awka. As you all know by now, to seek self-determination, especially getting away from an internationally recognized failed state, and one which victimizes the people to boot, is not a crime and is not an offense. We hold Nigeria liable and accountable for the mistreatment of these our people. We hold Nigeria responsible for their safe and immediate release. Until then, we will not relent in our vigil. Biafra alive, because it is God who makes it so.